Disaster! Ah! Welcome back to Scottish Movies, and today I'm going to be doing a video that I've been promising for quite a few weeks now, and that's my top 10 favourite disaster movies of all time. Basically I'm going to start off with three honourable mentions. The first one is a Roland Emmerich film, and there's going to be another two Roland Emmerich films in my list. Just a bit of a spoiler there. But this one that didn't quite make the list, and it is 2012. This starred John Cusack. Who else was there? Oliver Platt, Danny Glover, Woody Harrelson. I've not seen this for quite a few years, so based why I've sort of forgotten half the cast. But yeah, this is a pretty good movie. It's sort of what you expect from your sort of Hollywood blockbuster, probably lots at the moment anyway, lots of CGI. It says here the best disaster movie ever made. It's not mine, but it's not a bad one. It's worth checking out. You probably pick it up pretty cheap as well. My next one we'll mention is a 70s movie that I picked up about a month or two back now, and that's Roller Coaster. I didn't know much about this when I watched it. It was from, what year is it? 1977. And it stars Richard Widmark and George Segal. I didn't know much about this, but it's basically about this guy that who's like a terrorist, and he sets a bomb on a roller coaster, and it's quite a tension-filled film. And I did quite enjoy it, but that's one worth checking out. Didn't quite make my list, but yeah, it's worth checking out if you can find it. That's Roller Coaster. And the final honourable mention is the first of two volcano movies in this list. You can probably guess what the other one is, and it's Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton. I only saw this. I think it was on lockdown a few years on the 2020 lockdown, and I'd not seen it before, but yeah, quite enjoyed it. I think I watched it on Netflix at the time, and I've recently picked up the DVD for now. But there is another volcano film in my list that I do prefer. But yeah, this one worth checking out. It's a pretty good movie. And that's my three honourable mentions. To get on to the main list now, coming in number 10 is the first of two Roland Emmerich movies, two more Roland Emmerich movies, and that's The Day After Tomorrow. This is another film starring John Cusack. I picked this Blu-ray up for a couple of quid recently. I do quite enjoy this film, although I've not seen it for quite a long time. I do need to give it a rewatch. It's basically about when global warming triggers a new ice age, and you get all of like New York or Los Angeles in basically iced over, and it's like a mission of all the survivors, sort of how they get on. But I do quite enjoy this one. Like I said, I do need to give it a rewatch. It's been a long time. Imagine this would be pretty good in 4K. I don't know if it's been released in 4K yet, but yeah. So that's my number 10 on the list. That's Day After Tomorrow. Coming in at number 9 is the aforementioned other volcano movie, and it is, of course, Volcano, starring Tommy Lee Jones. There's something about this that probably just edged it above Dante's Peak as my favourite volcano movie. I think it's got a pretty good cast. Obviously, it's got Tommy Lee Jones there. It's got Anne Heche, Don Cheadle, and it's basically about Los Angeles when they discover that, there's basically a volcano there that erupts, and it's about them all trying to escape. remember watching this quite recently, and there's a scene on a train where this guy has to jump from a train, and that's pretty grim from what I remember. But yeah, it comes in. It's only 100 minutes, so it's quite a good sort of popcorn flick, and yeah, I did quite enjoy that one. The Coast is Toast. So yeah, that's Volcano at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is we move on to a film called Daylight, starring Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, this is a good Stallone flick. It's about a bunch of survivors in a sort of tunnel collapse in, I think it's New York. Is it New York? Yeah, 100 feet below the Hudson River. There's like a tunnel collapse, and Stallone's in there as this kind of guy that's what is he? Can't remember his job now, but he's kind of like a guy that deals with tunnels, basically. Make myself sound really silly there, but yeah, it's quite a good action film. What you expect from Stallone, and it's quite a good survival film, really. I can't remember who else is in this. I recognise Viggo Mortensen, yeah, Claire Bloom. Vaguely recall that name, but yeah, it was more all about Stallone really doing his bit. But yeah, so enjoy that one. That's Daylight, number 8. Coming at number 7 is a film from the last sort of 5-10 years, starring the one and only Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and that's San Andreas. Now, yeah, this one is obviously about earthquakes. I do enjoy this. It's kind of a guilty pleasure because it's probably not regarded as the greatest movie in the world, but it's basically The Rock just out for his family and nobody else really. That's it. It's like it's all about me, and I just want to save my family and sort everyone else. But yeah, it's got Alexander Daddario in it as well, which is always nice to see. And there's even a very small cameo from Kylie Minogue, which is a bit bizarre, but yeah, San Andreas about earthquakes, and yeah, I really enjoy it. It's good fun movie. Again, another good fun popcorn movie, as most of these are, to be honest. The next one on my list at number 6 is a film starring Bruce Willis, and it's a Jerry Bruckheimer film, and I've got this in a pack with about 8 other Bruckheimer films, and that's Armageddon. Also we've got The Rock on there, but yeah, so Armageddon. This also stars Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler, and it's basically about the end of the world. You've got an asteroid coming that's going to wipe out the Earth, and they send up these guys who work on like an oil rig, including Bruce Willis, to go up and try and sort of do some work on the asteroid to sort of, I think it's so it can like break up the atmosphere or something like that, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, good again popcorn movie. I was going to tell you about this. Also stars Billy Bob Thornton as well. But it's and it's got a very famous song from Aerosmith in it as well, which I don't know. I still love that song today. It's just associated with this film, and yeah, that's Armageddon. It's good again, good fun movie. Coming in at number 5 is one of the highest grossing movies of all time by certain Mr. James Cameron, and that's Titanic. Yeah, obviously everyone knows the story of Titanic. You got Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet stuck on the Titanic, and it's, spoiler alert, about a sinking boat. But yeah, it's got that obviously famous song from Celine Dion as well. But it's mainly kind of a love story. But once it hits the iceberg, all hell breaks loose, and it's just a very good movie overall. Clock's in it like about 3 hours from what I remember. Yeah, over 186 minutes, even over 3 hours, and it's surprisingly a 3-hour film that I've actually seen. I first watched this on a on like about a 3-inch screen or something, 3 or 4-inch screen on a plane coming back from Australia in, I think it was 1998, and they turned it off before the end. But luckily, I knew that the boat sank, so it was all right. Yeah, moving on. The next film is at number 4 is a film starring Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts, and also Tom Holland. I think this might have been his first role, or Spider-Man himself. And this was from the year 2012, 2011, 2012, something like that. And it's The Impossible. And this is about obviously the true story of the tsunami that hit the Indian Ocean in 2004. Which I think was it on Boxing Day, something like that. And yeah, this is it's quite a harrowing film, but I do enjoy it. I think it's very well made, and it's mainly about Ewan McGregor trying to get his family back together, and find his 2 sons and his wife. But yeah, it's a very good movie, and I do highly recommend that if you can pick it up. That's Impossible. Next one is a film from 1986. I picked up recently on Blu-ray, but I've owned the DVD for years. Really enjoy it, and that's Twister with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. Yeah, this is obviously about tornadoes. I don't think this has been better as a tornado movie from what I can remember. There's probably not been a lot of other ones, but yeah, I don't think this has been bettered. Yeah, it's these stars of those guys as sort of tornado chasers. They go around the country basically trying to dive into tornadoes, see what they're all about really, and study them. But it's it's a fantastic action movie, and I still think it holds up today with the special effects. So that's number 3, and that's Twister. Now number 2 disaster movie is a film I grew up watching. And it's from 1974. And it's basically about fire, and that's Tower and Inferno. Now this one's got an all-star cast. You've got Steve McQueen, Paul Newman, Faye Dunaway. I think it's the guy out of Heart to Heart as well. Was it Robert Wagner? I think it was. He's in it as well, from what I remember. Oh, and is it Robert Vaughn? I think his name was. But yeah, this is just about this tower block that catches on fire, and I just remember it growing up. I watched it loads. I don't know what it was about it. But yeah, it's Tower Inferno. And this film, this is getting quite a long one as well for me. This is 165 minutes. I don't remember it being that long, but maybe it goes pretty fast. But yeah, great film if you can pick that up. That's Tower Inferno. And the final film on my list is, you could say, comes under the Alien Invasion category of disaster movies. And if you''re not already guessed what it is, it's Independence Day, starring Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman. Can't remember who else was in it. But yeah, classic alien invasion movie, classic sci-fi movie from 1996. We don't talk about the sequel that was not so good, and that's being kind. This one was 138 minutes. Sure, most people out there have seen Independence Day, and it's just I don't. You can consider it a disaster movie because it's like I don't know, alien invasion. It's sort of on the list, I suppose. You got your alien invasion, obviously volcanoes, tornadoes, earthquakes, giant asteroids. Tunnel collapses. Ice age. It's all. It's. I think it should fit in this category. And as I say, that's my number 1. I don't know if this has got a 4K or not. I need to look that up, but it's maybe it's one I need to look out for 4K if there is one, because this is just an awesome sci-fi film, basically. So yeah, that's my number 1, and that's the end of my top 10 favourite disaster movies of all time. Comment down below if you like any of these movies. What would your favourite disaster movie of all time be? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.